and welcome back to the Speaking of Fairview podcast. This is Anna Januso here to share with you what's up with the Tigers today as they focus on academics, athletics, and the arts. On today's episode, I will be talking about the Fairview High School Community Service Club. Tune in to hear me give a bit of an overview about what we do and how COVID has impacted us. So first, I was going to go over some of the requirements to be in the club. So this year, our requirements were a little bit different. We don't have a minimum number of hours because of COVID, and it affected how many events we could actually go to, just due to safety and guidelines. So in the past, the required hours has always been 6 hours of service per semester, and there is a minimum of 2 of the 6 hours must be club sponsored, which means through the school. And then the club sponsored hours, if it is posted on the club Schoology page, which is a group that we have, it is club sponsored, and you can complete 2 hours or more of club sponsored service. And then for recording your hours, you should just always keep a record of your own hours. But also there's a Google form to record hours within the club. And then for canceling and not showing up, you have to cancel 24 hours prior to scheduled events. And then this is pretty much the basic outline of what you need to do to make sure that you stay in the club and do what you're responsible for. So some of the events that we had that were club affiliated in the past included going to nursing homes for bingo nights and other activities, food drives at the Bayfront Convention Center to help with holiday events, cleanups at Avonia Beach in our school, working at the Erie City Mission, and Operation Christmas Child. And these are just to name a few of the events that we did as a club together, and you can always do different service events on your own as well. And these are just a few, so there's more. So for the Community Service Club, we meet like once a month, usually towards the end of the month, and we just talk about potential service events and what we are able to do and just ideas for creating our own events. And because of COVID this year, we've had to be a little bit more creative with our events because we want to make sure that we keep everyone safe. So we've been doing a FES trivia night for the elementary schoolers where we meet on Google Meets and do a little bit of a trivia and just talk to kids. And then we have a reading part too, so someone in our club will read a book to the kids. And we really enjoy being able to spend time with the younger generation of Fairview elementary schoolers, and it's a great opportunity that keeps everyone safe to just spend time with some of the kids in the community, and it's a lot of fun. So that's been one of the events we've been doing this year because of COVID, which has prohibited us from doing some of the other events that we've been doing in the past. This year, we had the opportunity to work with Mrs. Enterline and her dog Maggie to help them prepare for the service dog test. Some of us club members went to Sportsman's Warehouse to help Maggie and a few other dogs prepare for the test. We read books to the dogs, pet the dogs, and told them some commands. People also stayed after school to help Maggie become more accustomed and comfortable with a lot of people. We were all very excited that all the dogs passed and that Maggie is now at the high school in the refocus room. So I'm going to talk a bit about why I think community service is so important and how the club has impacted me. So first of all, through community service, students gain real-world experience and practice important habits like leadership, problem solving, and time management. And volunteering offers students the opportunity to apply their classroom learning to practical scenarios that have like real implications. So for Community Service Club, you get to meet a lot of people you just form relationships with people that are really nice and interesting. And I know I met a lot of people, especially the nursing homes, that you really can connect with and that really enjoy talking to you. So it's just so nice to be able to talk to people in the community and make them feel comfortable. And then it was also fun to talk to kids and sometimes tutor people. It's just very exciting to meet people. And that's one of the reasons I think it's just important to form connections with others, especially due to like COVID taking opportunities away. It's just nice to reconnect with the community and check on how people are doing. For me, one of the most impactful events or reoccurring events, I guess, that I have completed through the club has been helping elementary schoolers with Spanish. I took many years of Spanish through Fairview High School, and it was so neat to be able to share some of what I learned with elementary schoolers who were just really eager to learn and just very fun to be around. And I really got to meet the kids and really talk to them and just form conversations with them, and it was just really nice to see them get excited when we would come down and help them out with a new language and just different activities. So that was one of my favorite events to volunteer at, and it was just a very cool opportunity to meet people. Another one of my favorite events to volunteer at that I think had a big impact on the people that were there was the bingo night at Pleasant Ridge Manor. The residents were so happy to be able to see us come in and just spend time with people, and I think it was very nice to have the opportunity to really get to know some of the residents there and just have a fun time playing games that they like. So it was a lot of fun. If you're a student in high school in any grade level, I hope you will consider joining the Community Service Club. It's a great opportunity to get to know people and really just push you outside of your comfort zone and meeting new people. And it's a great opportunity also just to give back in general to your community and all the people involved. And people really do appreciate your help with different activities and events. So I really hope you'll consider joining. For the next steps, so if you're interested now in joining the Community Service Club, you can do this by coming to our next meeting, and it's not too late to sign up. So our next meeting will probably be the end of the month, and there will be a Schoology message or announcement to tell you when it will be, and Mr. Green is our club advisor, so you can also go to him for more details and information. But thank you so much for listening to this episode of Speaking of Fairview, and I'd like to thank my public speaking teacher, Mrs. Stevens, for her help going into this podcast. And also thank you to Dr. Elaine and Mr. Bell for allowing for this production of Speaking of Fairview. And thank you guys so much again for tuning in, and I hope you'll tune into the next podcast. Bye.